we're getting invoices at a rate of stupid. So I thought it'd be fun to confront you on camera. What is vibe coding and why are we spending so much money?
So vibe coding, it's writing software with natural language. You're telling a box, I want you to build me a piece of software that does blank. And you're just trying to get the software to have the vibe that you're looking for. And most of those are done within a day. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. It's going to drive the prices of SaaS way, 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 way down. But guess what? Welcome back to the Trainwreck Show. Perry Belcher here, your host, the unstoppable force of marketing, along with the Wizard of Ops, Emma Rainville, also known as the Wicked Pissa. What can I help you with today, dear?
Okay, so I thought it would be fun, and I thought it would be fun if everybody else got to. So I called a meeting. I called you over here because we're getting invoices at a rate of stupid. So I thought it would be fun to confront you on camera, mainly because I want to understand, and I think that it's probably something that I would want to run a podcast for. For those of you that don't know, Perry and I get to meet a lot because Perry does things and doesn't tell me, and then I have to pay the bills for them, which is awesome. And so in order for me to understand, a lot of times I got to call him over, and then he says all this stuff. And then after
because
that,
she's like a seagull that flies around and shits on people's ideas. That's her job.
I can just let you do whatever you want all the time.
I think that would be a great idea.
You'll run out of money pretty quick.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I'll have more fun.
For about 6 months. I'm pretty sure you can piss it all away in about 6 months.
You think so?
I think probably.
All right.
Anyway, so I thought it'd be fun just to see if this has legs, and it may hit air, it may not. But
Sure.
So vibe coding, I noticed that Russell is now doing a vibe coding class every Friday for our
for
Ignite
Ignite,
members. And now I'm going to
And a lot of, believe it or not, that's probably the best attended session for Driven members.
Great.
We have a lot of Driven members coming to that now.
Great. So why are we doing it? And why are all these invoices? So we have different categories of invoices. Invoices go to certain like products, if you will. So that way we can understand what our costs are and what our LTV is. And so it's vibe coding, vibe coding, vibe coding, vibe coding. What is vibe coding and why are we spending so much money?
So vibe coding, if you've not heard of vibe coding, and a lot of you probably have heard of it here and there, but still don't really know what it means. It's a weird term for just AI coding.
It means that AI does the coding for you?
It's writing software with natural language. It's with you just telling a box, like a ChatGPT box, but it's not ChatGPT. You're telling a box that I want you to build me a piece of software that does blank, right? And then it's going to build the thing, and you're going to say, yeah, I like that, but I wish this was to the left, or I wish that was to the right, or I wish this was purple. I wish the button was here. I wish it had this feature. I wish it had that feature. And you're just trying to get the software to have the vibe that you're looking for. And the better software engines now.
Did you name this vibe coding,
No,
or is this
I didn't.
okay?
I wish I did. But the different engines that do this is why you're getting invoices. It's kind of like OpenAI. It's kind of like OpenAI and Claude and Gemini. Each one of these different engines, that these vibe coding engines, do something slightly different, right? So it's a lot of you might have 3 or 4 subscriptions to do this, but they're cheap subscriptions. They're like $20 a month each, right? For the most part. Now all that's probably eventually going to go up, but none of that really matters. What matters is, number one, you can be in the software business today if you've never written a piece of software without hiring a coder. You can learn a handful of skills. I think every Thursday on the AI Morning Club, I think Russell talks about vibe coding, doesn't he?
I know that's what he talked about. Yeah, but I don't know what he's.
By the way, AI Morning Club, you can go on every day of the week. AIMorningClub.com.
Tuesday's the best day.
Yeah, Tuesday's the day that Emma's there. I'd skip that one if I were you. But Monday I'll be there. So if you want brains, if you want brawn, you can go on Tuesdays.
If you want someone who's going to show up late and complain about how early in the morning it is, you can go to Perry.
Yeah. But 8 o'clock every morning we do AI Morning Club, and we just talk,
and that's going to be Central Time.
Central Time. We just talk about AI for 30 minutes, share wins, share tips.
If you want to sign up for AIMorningClub.com.
Yeah, and it's free. It'll always be free. It'll never cost you.
But Russell talks about vibe coding, or at least he did this Thursday.
Talks about tech and vibe coding on Thursday. He's so into vibe coding, he's not going to talk about anything else. I know Russell. He's our tech guy for many, many years. Anyway, so basically you can just sit down with this thing and say, build me an app, build me a software application that does this. These things, by the way, build websites too. Build landing page websites. Now they're getting to where the designs are beautiful. It's really, really interesting. But bottom line is most of the software applications you can build with vibe coding right now, if you have the skill level I have, which is not very high, are fairly basic applications. But it's really interesting in there that they're my favorite kind. They're one problem, one solution applications. So you go in and say, I want to build a thing that'll do this for me. And you can do this. You could have done this with a custom GPT. If you don't know what that is, I'll explain in a second. Or even maybe an AI prompt. But a lot of these pieces of software are standalone pieces of software that look just like expensive pieces of software that you buy. But in the background, they're being ran by a series of AI prompts for the most part. And they go do certain things. Like we have one that builds AI newsletters. Like if you're a newsletter publisher, one of the pieces of software that we built will write all your newsletters for you.
We did an episode on newsletters recently. I think they should go back and listen to that.
So if you want to start a newsletter business, you don't want to write through newsletters, this AI newsletter writer will do it for you. We've got one that we created a vibe coded a piece of software called AgileScrum, and it's a cross between Trello and Monday. That's a little easier to use, less features, but the features most people use. We've got a little piece of software called FlipSmart, and it just takes pictures of things and tells you how much they're worth in secondary marketplaces. So if you're at the yard sale and you want to pick up a vase and find out that vase is worth $50 and you can buy it for $5, it'll even post it on eBay for you while you're on your way home.
Nice.
Stuff like that. These little applications that are...
And that's all vibe coding.
That's all vibe coding. And most of those are done within a day. Russell can do these within a day most of the time with these little pieces of software, sometimes within an hour, depending on how difficult it is. Now, if you're going to do something really complicated, it might take a week, which is crazy. And if you can now hire vibe coders on Upwork and Fiverr that can do more complicated things for a few $100. So the software business is getting very democratized. So what's that mean? Well, it means that software is not going to be worth a lot soon, probably, unless you have a lot of user base built up and there's a networking effect. That's a whole different episode. But the point is, people want apps that do things, be it a prompt for AI that will go do something, a custom GPT. We do something called GPT farms, where you can build custom GPTs and put them in a members area like Chris does, or you can build a standalone application that nobody knows that it's not this big complicated piece of software, but really it's just a series of prompts in the background. And they're awesome. So one of the things that we found that's really interesting, and hopefully you watched the newsletter episode before this because it kind of weaves into this. A lot of the vibe coding that you're doing right now, you can sell those applications. People will buy them. They're usually lower ticket. I love the sub $10, what I call the micro SaaS market, where I use a tool called wordmark.it. And all it does, you type a word in and it shows you what that word looks like in every Google font. That's all it does. So if you're designing, you can see what your logo or what something would look like in a font. It's a really cool little tool. It's $5 a month. I'm a subscriber to that tool. I have been for 4 years. I'll never cancel it, probably. And they have over 100,000 subscribers at $5 a month. And Russell and I on a call the other day rebuilt that tool and made it better in 30 minutes. We interrupt this pod to bring you this really special announcement. You need to go right now. Well, maybe do they want to go right now? Want to stop?
No, at the end. We don't want to have them stop.
Go to trainwreckshow.com. There's lots of bots there, GPT bots that do things for you, that do a lot of your work. So you don't have to work so much, you can drink more beer. The episode archives are over there. There's all of our resources, worksheets, workbooks. Everything that we've done that we give away is over there. Go get it right now. There's a lot of resources there. Way more resources than you get when you buy a lot of communities, I think.
And don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can catch every episode as soon as it hits. We'll send you a notification.
It doesn't mean you're liking Emma, by the way, because I know that slows us down on our likes. You can just click and say, I like Perry. You don't have to like Emma. It works the same way. So one of the things that's cool with vibe coding, a great way to learn it is just start rebuilding the software that you already use for your own use. And it's not hard. You can learn it on YouTube, really, although that's pretty scattered. We did a training on it called 60-Minute SaaS a few months ago, but now it's updated a lot. I'll give you a couple of tools that people are using for it. on the simplest side, and then I'm going to tell you how you make money with it if you don't sell it, because there's a way to make money with these applications that you don't sell. Okay. But number one, the easiest platform to vibe code with right now is probably still Bolt, BOLT.new, Bolt.new. You just literally go there and say, build me a this. If you want to do a really cool experiment, say, build me a clone of Trello. That's all you have to say. And this thing will take off writing code, and pretty soon you'll have a clone of Trello sitting right there. And it'll be a workable clone. Bolt is very simple. It only builds very, very, very simple applications. The next one that's better than Bolt now that just came
This
along
is the one, oh, well,
is
maybe not.
Lovable.
Yeah, Lovable is the one I like the best.
Lovable's what everybody's using now. That's in the mid-range, right? This is what I use a lot of the time because it's still simple enough for me. And Lovable's great at building a little more complicated applications. It's a lot easier to host a Lovable application. They've got built-in hosting. And they built, Lovable's got to where it's kind of almost getting more famous for building websites now than it is for building software. Because you can literally take anybody's website. Here's a great way to make money if you want to figure out a cool way to make money. Go find people.
We are not telling you to do this.
Go find people that have ugly websites, drop their ugly website into Lovable and say, make this website
Okay,
pretty.
yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say something completely different and illegal. Go ahead. Yes, this is a great idea.
One of the coolest things you can do now too is you can say, like I did this the other day. I said, hey, I got a buddy of mine that has a plumbing business. I was helping him redo his website. And I said, here's my buddy's website. It's ugly, but it has all information about his business. Here is a Roto-Rooter website, a beautiful Roto-Rooter website. I want you to take my buddy's information and build a website that looks as nice as this Roto-Rooter website. And it took me about 3 iterations and it was done. I mean, literally 15 minutes it was finished. I could have easily charged him $1,000 to do that. And it would have taken me 15 minutes using a tool that costs $20 a month. It's crazy what you can do now. But it'll also build calculators and analysis engines. Like we've got a little vibe-coded app that when you drop in your URL, it'll create a 20-page report for you on exactly everything you can do to make your SEO perfect on your website. Well, if you have an SEO agency, right, that's a pretty valuable thing, right? If you don't want to do vibe coding, you can start off by just giving people prompts. They love it. Jason Fladlin, that's one of our partners in Driven, just did a webinar where he went through like a 20-step process of building a webinar. And at every step, he gave people a prompt, right? And they didn't get the prompts. They got to see them run, but they didn't get them. At the end, he sold a $3,000 thing that came with all the prompts. So people are buying prompts now. But you can trade prompts for leads. Custom GPTs are even easier to trade for leads. If you post a custom GPT that does something that really helps people, most people don't know what a custom GPT is. By the way, if you don't know, look it up. It's just a thing that's really, really easy to build within a paid OpenAI account. You can build them in a matter of a few minutes. It's just a series of prompts built in a robot. It's very easy. And then you can share them with the world in just a matter of a couple of minutes. And people will give you leads to get those like by the thousands. It's crazy. But what's cool about vibe coding, when you're actually giving away software, you say, look, we built this piece of software that does this thing. Like we're building one right now that all it does is build landing pages and bridge pages for people who are promoting affiliate offers. It's a really great little tool. You take the affiliate offer that you're promoting, you drop it in and say, build me a landing page and a bridge page for this affiliate thing I want to promote. Write the copy for me and make the page look like the actual affiliate page people are going to land on.
Really smart.
Yeah, so that there's congruency throughout. So affiliate marketers, this thing's going to be very popular with affiliate marketers. I think I told Russell about it at 10 o'clock this morning, and I think it's done for me to go look at, right? Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. Now we have that. We could sell that. It won't bring a lot of money, and it's harder to sell, right? The problem with low-ticket software, it sounds like a great idea. Micro SaaS is a great idea. If you have a big social media following and you can say, hey, all my followers, go get this free piece of software, just register, It's great for influencers.
Smart.
It's great. But if you got to go out and buy traffic to that little micro piece of software, it's going to be very hard because the cost of acquisition, the media cost is going to be too high.
So probably the best use case is what you need in your own business.
Correct. You find problems you solve for yourself, right? And then you take them to other people. It's age-old problem. So what we found this really an interesting thing.
Like if I could build an SOP creator,
yeah,
that'd be great for my business, but also phenomenal for me to give away to my clients
100%,
to get clients.
100%.
Yeah.
And you know how to build that right now.
Right.
You can, and the thing is, if you can build it in a custom GPT, which I know you can,
I have.
you hand it to Russell and say, vibe code this.
Yep.
That's the easiest way to get your first working solution.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
But here's what's cool. Here's what we figured out that's really interesting. So instead of giving away the software at all, you give it away, but you give it away as a premium when someone subscribes to your free newsletter.
Give it away as a premium.
You understand why?
Yes.
You see where I'm going, right?
Yes.
So now I say, hey, when you subscribe to the Affiliate World newsletter, we're going to give you...
Now the gadget doesn't cost you any freaking money.
Right. And here's the plus. If it costs you a couple of bucks to give it away, on the back of the newsletter subscription, if you go back and watch the episode we just did on newsletter arbitrage, on the back of the newsletter subscription, you can put a co-registration there and get your $2 back.
In order for this to make sense, I can't let him go through this again because we're already out of time.
You get it, right?
But I do.
You got to go back and watch the other episode.
A lot of you are going to be confused if you didn't listen to last week's episode on newsletters. So go back and listen to that and then re-listen to this and it'll make sense. But that's really freaking smart.
And you can do it with, hey, let me give you my top 100 prompts that I use in my business every day when you subscribe to my newsletter. You don't even have to have necessarily vibe coded software,
Right.
but vibe coded software is going to be a better bribe because people see more value in it. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense.
So I'd like to give you this free. It's not a be clear when I say, hey, this is not a trial of the software. This is a free forever open source piece of software. You take it, do whatever you want to with it. I'm going to give it to you for free. You'll never ever pay. Just my gift to you for being my newsletter subscriber. You can build newsletter subscribers, every possible angle in the world. If you wanted the ultimate find a charger station app for Tesla owners, or if you wanted the find me a great campground nearby app for RV owners, knowing that RV owners, by the way, happen to also be financial investors, right? So there's all kinds of ways to mesh this together, but I think vibe coding, for now, you can vibe code and sell the applications. A lot of people are doing it, and a lot of people are making a lot of money. The problem is, very soon, the market's going to be glutted with vibe coded software apps. So it's really going to hurt the SaaS industry. It's going to drive the prices of SaaS way, 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 way down. And that's okay if you're in the money selling business of selling SaaS software. That sucks, but guess what? If I start off free and I'm getting my money back on my subs and I'm building a list, winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Yep.
And if we can build, 3 or 4 little micro apps a week and put them into the market, X times Y, right? If 1 out of 10 is a hit and it gets spread around, what's great about it, you can go and say, hey, I made this vibe code application that helps bakers bake better bread. You guys can have it free. And you can just go into a 500,000 person Facebook group and give it away.
Yep.
Right? People are going to
Now you just bought all these leads for free. Right. Brilliant. All right. If you enjoyed this episode, go to trainwreckshow.com and go to trainwreckshow.com. We've got all kinds of free stuff in there. GPTs, we never talk about that, but there's tons and tons and tons of free stuff in there for you guys.
I've even got some full body nudes in there.
If you enjoyed this episode of Vibe Coding, we are definitely going to be putting out a workshop for Vibe Coding, teach you how to do it. Probably in the end of August, it's gonna be. So watch out for that. And yeah, if you're Ignite or driven, obviously you get it free. Thank you, Perry. It's pretty awesome, actually. Usually we do this and it's stupid, but this is great. Perfect.
Cool. Thanks.
All right. Thanks.